What is good, internet? It is Spirit of Paradox here, and welcome back to another video. And today we are covering the Ultimates issue number 2. And in this issue, the Ultimates go against the White House. And I've got to say, this was a pretty good issue. I might even say it's one of my favorites in the new Ultimate Universe. So if you guys are fans of the Ultimate Universe, this is the channel you want to be on. We cover both the original and the new here, and we do some other things as well, so make sure you do that. Let's begin. The story begins in Washington, D.C., July 4th, Captain America's birthday and Independence Day. And we see these agents of the hand guarding the White House. Say again? What kind of... And then boom! Something goes off, causing a panic, and the civilians are shouting and screaming. Oh my god! It's them! They hate our freedom! They want to kill us all! Run! Stop by the order of... And then we see a giant shadow emerge, and a blaster hitting one of the agents. But one of the mothers trying to guard her child, saying, "No, please, don't hurt my daughter." And then we find out it's the Ultimates, with Ultimate Captain America leading the charge. "You've got nothing to fear from us, Mom. We just want the man in the big house." The little girl asks, "What does the letter on his head stand for, Mummy?" And Captain America doesn't answer that question, but we all know where that reference comes from if you guys know about the Ultimates. "Okay, Ultimates, let's go save America," as the Ultimates go full-on assault against the agents of the Hand trying to get into the White House. In the next page, we go to a few days earlier, and this is where Steve Rogers gets reacquainted with the world of Earth 6160 while he's been gone. Did you get what I asked for, Tony? Starting Hollow Program. Yes, Steve. From Papa Stark's personal files, but I want to warn you, it isn't pretty. And here we see the moments of World War II and when the atomic bomb went off. And Steve tells him, "I understand. Okay, here from when you went away today, in holographic 360 degrees, the history of the former United States." And then we see how the Maker has altered history. He built his dome city in Latveria, which typically belongs to Doctor Doom. The Maker was the first man on the moon in the new Ultimate Universe, and the Maker was also good friends with the President from back in the day. And again, this continues the plot of what the Maker did to Earth 6160 when he went through the portal in Ultimate Invasion issue number 1. We just didn't get to see it in Ultimate Invasion, and seeing how deep-rooted the Maker's influence is on this world is really good to see, in my opinion. As we return to the Ultimates, they've managed to successfully break into the White House, but not without resistance. We see the Ultimates kicking some serious butt on the agents of the Hand, trying to get to the President. As we see Ultimate Captain America and Iron Lad continue into the White House, Captain America says, "I'll give you a choice, with or through." And then the President says, come in," as funnily enough, we see Ultimate Captain America walk past the portrait with Obadiah Stane and Acosta, who are in the Maker's Council. I'm not sure if anybody noticed that, but I did. And then we find out the President of the current United States of America in the new Ultimate Universe is Ultimate Midas, wearing the original Iron Man suit. And he says, "Welcome to the White House, brought to you by Midas." As we continue, we get more revelations about Earth 6160 in Steve Rogers' history lesson. Here we see Midas was the one wearing the original Iron Man suit to kill and assassinate the president. Here we see the Maker went up against the new Ultimate Universe Galactus, showing how this Galactus is not like the original when it was a bunch of space herpes that basically were rip-offs from those robots from the Matrix movies devouring planets across the universe, but is more now the traditional cosmic entity. And next we see mutants who are protesting outside of Washington, demanding equal rights with banners, saying, "Equality for all, equal rights, we are people, and Earth is for humans or humanity." And how we see this world is not a good world to live in, just like the original. And when we go back to present time, Iron Lad isn't happy. "Hey, that armor!" "Steady, Iron Lad. I'd thought you'd like it, boy. After your family's betrayal, the Stark assets were there for the grabbing, though I made it my own. That was my father's first. Yes, a genius collector's item. Osborn got the lion's share, but I had to have this. I could not resist owning a piece of history." "Tony, he's just trying to throw you off balance." "On the subject of history, Captain America." "Correct. Welcome to my home, Captain. You've been here before, I assume." "Once or twice. I took her in a deal in '63. Motivated seller. The only catch was I had to get rid of the tenant myself. Messy business. Real estate. Do you like what I've done with the place?" "No, I do not." "Well, it's a free country." As the plot thickens, we see some of the heroes fighting the Hand outside. How many are there? Nothing Giant Man and Wasp can't handle. And then we go back to Captain America and Midas. Now, let's get back to brass tactics. Gentlemen, my associates believe your violent ideology must be destroyed, utterly, expunged from the earth. But I am a businessman. I do not care about ideology, violent or otherwise. So, let's make a deal. No deal. We're here to save America." "Oh, of course you are. But what is America? Judging from your colors that you wear, I suspect a narrow view. My vision is wider. America has always been more than the United States. Listen to all of these old other forgotten names. Central America, Latin America, Canada, the Caribbean, each with its own countries, flags, governments, and peoples, separated by distance, language, and culture, and yet connected. What makes America? Commerce, Captain. That is the real America. The transmutation of things into capital. The boy knows, don't you, boy? Iron Lad. Amalgamation and capital. The boy knows. Ugh, shut up. Above politics, beyond sentiment, the fundamental exchange and its perfect medium, money. You fancy yourself an inventor, don't you, boy? Well, money is man's greatest invention, and its accumulation of man's noblest purpose. You must see that, if you see anything at all. Such as order has been obtained anywhere, has been obtained in the pursuit of wealth. And Captain America is like, "You know what, I'm just sick and tired of this. You do like the sound of your own voice, don't you? Here's the deal. We know what you're doing in the basement, and we're putting a stop to it. So, with or through. And Midas makes his decision, and he shoots Captain America with the blaster, sending him flying. And as we get more revelations for Earth 6160, here we see Ultimate Iron Man and War Machine fought against Ultimate Omega Red. Like, I would love to see a comic about this. Like, why are you showing snippets? This is so fantastic. And we see that Roxxon has built a factory somewhere in the Savage Land of Earth 6160. But I would say this is probably the craziest reveal that we've had so far, and I would like a comic for this character. Ultimate Punisher has officially been revealed in the new Ultimate Universe, and he is quite influential based on this comic in the timeline on Earth 6160. So if we can get a comic line, a one shot of this character, I would be so down to read it. As we return to the Battle of the White House, Midas tells the heroes, "This is private property, and I have the right to defend myself. I should know. I paid extra for it," as we see him blast Iron Lad. Okay then, through it is. Iron Lad, we're going through. Oh, right. Are you sure? It takes a lot of... And before Captain America could finish or listen to what Tony was saying, he goes straight into battle with Midas. America? I am a member of the Hellfire Club, a good standing an organization whose membership included several of the founding fathers, as we see him battling Captain America. "Don't speak to me of America," he says. "Iron Lad, do it!" Ultimate Iron Lad uses a ton of his energy in his suit to do a massive blast in the ground, using his arc reactor in his chest. This breaks the ground throughout the White House and sends everybody falling through into the basement. And when everybody starts getting their bearings together after that fall, Captain America sees something he finds horrifying and says, "My God." "Beautiful, isn't she?" says Midas. "My love, my good time gal, my bright and shining star. That's cosmic radiation all around her. She produces it naturally. I have bathed in her light for 1 day per day, every day. Since we found her, she changed me, as all great loves do." Still keeping that universe creepiness, I see. As also, Obadiah Stane has killed aliens, such as the new Ultimate Universe Skrulls. Ultimate Midas continues. "We believe she fell from the future, the victim of some sort of violent explosion or perhaps a escape gone wrong. We don't know much. She hasn't spoken to us. Not one word. Not even her name. Nevertheless, I am an entrepreneur. I always find a way to turn a profit." "Wasp and Giant Man are out, Iron Lad. Take..." "I can't. I tried to tell you that took everything I had. I'm down to basic functions," as his suit goes down into power saving mode. As the heroes are unable to go on the offensive, Ultimate Midas decides to, and tells the heroes, "From her self-repairing clothes, we made cosmic ray shielding lighter than cotton, for use of interstellar space shuttles. From compounds we found in her blood, we derived a cure for all remaining cancers. Midas scientists are currently turning into a lifelong daily treatment at $10,000 a dose. And she's powering half of Maryland and Virginia, not to mention this suit," as he deflects Captain America's shield and grabs him by the throat and tells him, "Here, Captain, I give you America." as we see in a flashback of Stain and Stark bombs dropping on the ground. Then we see Ultimate Midas slam Captain America into the ground, badly injuring him, as Captain America tries to get the words out. Have to save America. And Midas says, save it? You barely know the place. As we see gang members rocking the Punisher's symbol, but with a red skull. Does this mean the Punisher has a gang as well in the universe, or is this related to the Red Skull in this universe? But as we go back to the battle, the men who discovered America, Cortez, Columbus, these were pirates and warlords as he kicks Captain America while he's down. And that's not a criticism. On the contrary, I'm not in the business of looking back in judgment. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It is in the very nature of this land to be violent, for maximum value to be extracted, like ore from the earth. Oh, Captain, are your eyes so swollen you can't see where you are? Slaves built this place, men and women, all bought and sold on the White House lawn. The United States was fine for ideas for its time, but it served its purpose. We cut out what was difficult and kept only what was profitable. And as we see Captain America getting up and continuing the fight and saying, "Free America," we give them freedom from want. That's the real freedom. As he slams Captain America down to the ground and says, "The United States of America is dead. Long live the North American Union and regional subsidiaries." As we see, Ultimate Wasp activates her stinger and says, rolls right off the tongue, don't it? And by the way, gold is tacky. That doesn't really make sense because you're wearing gold as well. And she basically zaps his computer and does something to the computer that's holding this woman hostage. As the machine begins to overload and get damaged, this takes away the power from Ultimate Midas's suit as he screams out, shouting no. Ultimate Iron Lad takes advantage of the situation and lets his teammates know he's lost his power source. Quiet, boy. I'll kill you wearing your father's skin. You cannot have her, you understand? She is mine. I love her. And then we see Ultimate Captain America come in from behind with his shield and say, "Love her?" And then he hits him in the back of the neck with his shield. You don't even know her name, as Captain America puts down Ultimate Midas for good. Ugh. I believe you've broken my neck, Captain. Gold soft metal. Ugh. Listen to me. Take her and there will be dire consequences. Already, the electrical grid is failing. Hundreds of thousands are without power. Hospitals, airports, traffic systems. You see? Take her and you kill thousands. What is America but her people? Yes. Now you see. Whatever you do, however things fall, I profit. I am Midas. Everything I touch turns to gold. But then we go back a few days to after Captain America has had his history lesson, and Tony says to him, "You don't look so good." And Steve asks, "What day is it?" "July 1st. You just went through 79 years and 9 days. And with both the past and the present scenes are correlating right now, it's basically giving us a revelation to who this woman is. Captain America says to her, "It's okay, miss. We're here to help." And then we go back a few days earlier with Tony saying, "Well, What's your verdict on the 21st century, Captain America? And then in the next panel, we go to the future again and see a great justice was done to you, but things will get better now. Can you remember your name? And then we see Captain or Steve Rogers look into the camera, and then we find out that her name is America. And yes, folks, that means this woman that the Ultimates came to save is America Chavez, and she is going to be the new member of the Ultimates. And this is where Ultimates issue number 2 ends. So that was Ultimates issue number 2. And I have got to say, people, I really enjoyed this issue. I have very few grievances with this issue. I would only say my problem with this issue, very small though, was the time skipping. You know, when going back and forth when it comes down to Steve Rogers' history lesson in the hologram room, seeing that scene go back and forth with the past and the present, it can be a little confusing when reading. But other than that, that's my only grievance with this, or any issue with this issue, or with this story, I should say. It felt like Ultimates to me. I think this was a much better um, issue compared to the first one when making the story, making the team really feel like the Ultimates. Seeing Ultimate Captain America, seeing how he reacted to the situations that he was in when in the White House fighting Midas, it's like, yeah, this is definitely 1610 Ultimate Captain America. Like, yeah, this is definitely the same guy. When it comes down to the fight scenes, that's basically what this entire issue was, just fighting. Really like that. No issue with fight scenes from me. They all looked good. It was entertaining. The artwork, fantastic. I honestly did not see any issue with the artwork. I really liked the art in this. I really liked the image with the Punisher. Well drawn, in my opinion. I think that might be my next wallpaper on my laptop. That is a very nice image of the Punisher, in my opinion. And I also like that red bandana you've given him. So I don't know whose idea that was, but I like that. Giving him a red bandana, yeah, that's cool. I like that. Um, when it came down to Midas, the villain, he was pretty much a Saturday cartoon kind of villain, but that's who you're pretty much going to get in the beginning of any Marvel run. You know, we don't start off with the big leagues. You know, like, I don't know a single Marvel comic that started off with a big league comic when doing a new run. You know, you start off small time like villains and heroes, and then you know when you work up, get further into the story, you get bigger villains, you know what I mean? So really did enjoy that as well. Um yeah, man, like I honestly can't say a single thing that I don't like about this issue. I really enjoyed it all the way through. Really enjoyed seeing the history with the Maker and what he's done to this universe, seeing him being friends with the president. It's like, whoa, like, yo, the Maker definitely knows how to get himself into powerful places. And then we also see him being the first man on the moon in this universe. I really like that as well. You know, that to me seems like something the Maker would do with his ego. Like, yeah, I want to be the man who was the first man on the moon. Like, yeah, that's something the Maker would definitely do. Um, yeah, man, I really enjoyed this issue, man. Just no problems, no real issues with me. It was fun all the way through. It felt like Ultimates. And in the next issue, we're getting Hulks. So we're going to get the debut of She-Hulk. We're going to be getting Ultimate Hulk, potentially. I want to see what he's capable of as well. We got America Chavez. Even though I'm not a big fan of America Chavez. Never was, to be honest. Never liked her in the 616 Ultimates. Never liked her in Multiverse of Madness. Maybe I might like this version. Let's see what this version is capable of. So yeah, I highly recommend this issue. No serious issues for me other than the time skipping parts. Very good issue, very good artwork, solid five. I would give it either a 4 or a 5 out of 5. So yeah, all good on my part. Can't wait to see more. Let me know what you guys think of this issue in the comments. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.